All right, now it's time to invite our next speaker for the day. Let me introduce them. Mr. Vijay Sati, Head of Procurement, Nokia, a seasoned strategic supply chain and sourcing leader with a proven track record as a key member of leadership teams in reputed organizations. Highly adept at executing strategic deals with major business partners, driving organizational profitability, and managing cost optimization initiatives. Recognized for expertise in change management and delivering impactful transformations, brings deep category knowledge across IT hardware, software, ITES, real estate and facilities, travel and transport, and CapEx investments. The topic for this session will be procurement's role in advancing ESG, a roadmap from planning to implementation. With this, let me invite Mr. Vijay Sati, Head of Procurement, Nokia, on the dais with a huge round of applause, everyone. Let's bring in some energy.
Sure, there's a lot to learn from what you do in SAP and how SAP can help us. Okay. So my topic today on ESG, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share a corporate deck of Nokia. This is the deck which the Nokia leadership shares with its investors, with its shareholders and customers. So I will not speak on the deck. It's more of a corporate deck, but it will give you a flavor of what exactly, and where exactly ESG is going, and how, ESG is transformed from a tick-in-the-box agenda to a core, strategic agenda of organizations. So, just going through it. So you just take a look at it, and you see what all we are touching. And the important part is, as you go through the deck, what I always say is that anything that you want to target and achieve, till the time you do not link it with your business agenda, it's not going to see the light of the day. So what organizations are doing is they are linking their ESG agenda with their business goals. Okay, so each one of them is linked to a business goals. As we move forward, you will see, how it works. See the 9%. Only 8.6% recycled. So see the opportunity there, and procurement here is going to play a big role. You see this word called good business. So organization is saying that unless and until you link into business, it's not going to, we're not going to achieve our targets. So I've just highlighted the one which we say, let's build it into a competitive advantage. So I'll not spend time speaking on that. I'm sure you would have seen a lot of it. So each one of them, if you see each of these boxes, it is business for us. So we are achieving our ESG goals, but also, focusing on building our own business. Now you see the framework. So there was a time when there were no targets, but we talked about environment, we talked about, social, we talked about governance. But here we have very clearly defined goals, and they're all tracked. You see the last one, we still not achieved that. So the important part is now it is all digitized and tracked. Okay. And each one of them, if our operations are working on decarbonization, procurement has a role to play. So again, you can see the clear targets that have been defined. So I'll share with you later, on what we are doing on this aspect. So they look very simple when you look at it, but the fact is, each one of them is going to lead to some business opportunity for a company. Again, a very simple social agenda. But what does it mean? It means that we'll set more networks. We will sell more of our goods and also fulfill our social agenda. Same here, connecting the unconnected. So no discussion is complete without the AI agenda. So that's also part of our agenda. So I'll just stop at this. So one of the things that are very important, and that is the reason, the core topic was obviously procurement. And I just wanted to just show you this deck because I wanted to just, make you understand, help you understand how important ESG as an agenda has become for companies. It's a framework which has been there. This framework is to be, connected with a clear action-based program. So when we talk about procurement, one of the things that I always say is that you need to first understand, what is the key that is to be solved to ensure that we are in a very strong base. And the biggest, action that procurement does today is to have a supply base which is going to be fully ESG compliant. Once we solve that, issue, we are going to have a highly compliant, highly ESG compliant supply chain. We are going to solve the scope 3 targets also. And as Nokia, what we are doing is, as soon as we go for any kind of a vendor selection, we have a very robust criteria of, auditing our suppliers. So there was a time years back when procurement used to audit suppliers, but the focus was more on, things like quality and, how a supplier could deliver quality products. Today, we have expanded that scope to an ESG agenda. ESG agenda is actually, ensures not only quality, but also ensures that the organization that, they're working for. So if Nokia is there and if their supplier is ESG compliant, it ensures that we have a holistic, well-managed company, and quality is a byproduct of that well-managed company. So what has happened is that on one side, we have expanded to ESG, but we are also ensuring that other agendas are fulfilled through a good management. ESG is good management. Okay. The other thing that we're doing is that with the increased focus on compliances, obviously an organization like us is, highly, risked by any supplier who works with us and is non-compliant. So government and organizations have this tendency of approaching the big brother. So, as soon as we hire a supplier who's non-compliant, the ultimate risk is on the brand value and, the business of the parent company. So, procurement here is playing a very big role. The problem that is there is that procurement, most of them today, still believe that ESG is still a tick in the box. Their core agenda still remains that great world where you have suppliers sitting with you, negotiating with them, perhaps fulfilling some of your financial goals. And what I am always subscribing to is that just the way, if you see this corporate deck, the global leadership of this company has ensured that all the ESG targets are, converted to some business goals. So I would advise all procurement professionals to somehow see, and see a linkage between what they are doing on a day-to-day basis versus, the ESG goals that are there. And you'll soon realize that, it's very easy to connect them. So when we talk about consumption reduction, okay, it is an ESG goal, right? But it also ensures that it fulfills a procurement goal. The old time, I remember years back when we talked about value engineering, it is there for many, many years, okay? But today, if you see, we can easily link it to a sustainability goal, okay? So carbon reduction, energy reduction, all these are basically areas where procurement has a direct control, but also fulfills its own goals that are there from the organization, the financial goals that are there. The other thing that will also motivate many of you is how do you somehow connect these ESG goals to your own personal goals? Having spent years in procurement, last more than 20 years heading procurement, what I have seen is somehow procurement remains, I remember even Samrat saying that remains a back-end function. So we continue to talk about procurement delivering huge value to the organization, huge value to the bottom line. But if you see the organizational hierarchy, procurement remains a kind of a back-end function. So this is the opportunity for many of you and some of you who are aspirational to expand your horizons. I would be very happy if I see some of the ambitious guys who are there to start opening up their horizons. Look at ESG. ESG is an agenda which is a CEO-driven agenda, okay? And somehow if you can build visibility around that, you will see that your own horizon is expanding, your own visibility in the organization is expanding, okay? So what you do is, as soon as you think about ESG, number one, you have to wear the crusader hat, okay? If you do not wear the crusader hat, you'll still, work in a mode where it is the tick in the box. So if you look, within yourself, all of you realize that it's still something that pains you. And listen, I have to fulfill this criteria. Personally, after even having a lot of passion for ESG, I still feel that there are times when even I feel that these kind of audits are somehow counterproductive to my own agenda. Okay, counterpurpose to my own agenda. The fact is that it is not. And as soon as you start linking everything with your core financial objectives, you realize that it is fulfilling both the agendas. It is increasing your visibility as a more comprehensive leader. So you'll see a lot of procurement leaders talking about AI today, AI, ML. The fact is very few talking about ESG. ESG is something that will get you closer to the CEO's agenda again. And it is one of the most current topics. And please spend time in trying to build that visibility. I'll just give you an example of a topic that came up very recently in India. This is the CPCB targets for managing your circularity targets. So right now, when we sell our products, these products are actually sold to our customers, but it doesn't get back to us. It goes somewhere else in the industry. we have to fulfill. So on the basis of the sales made in the last many years, the CPCB has set up some targets for us that, listen, you have to recycle X amount of your products. Okay, so whatever we have sold, so they have built some formulas. They say that, okay, this much of gold, this much of iron, this much of aluminum. And if we are not able to show that we have recycled those products, we actually have to buy those credits. Okay, so something similar to what we do for carbon credits. And that's an expensive proposition. So when I thought about it, one of the things that I felt that, we are buying expensive, very expensive credits. Okay, it's a huge, drain on our financials. I felt, can we work together with the sales guys right in the beginning of a deal and build a contract which ensures that all the products that we sell finally come back to our company. So what I evaluated was that if we are able to somehow build that circular supply chain, we will be able to save at least 50% of our cost. So if I'm buying something, the credits today at 100 rupees, if I build a circular supply chain, working closely with the salespeople, I will be able to save 50% on that, because then you are actually recycling the product, okay, and getting those credits. So it's an opportunity for all of you, but till the time you do not believe that this is going to help you achieve your financial goals and your personal goals, you will never move forward in that. So to the end of it, I'm just going to tell you one thing, okay? This is not only a corporate goal, this should also be your own personal goal. It's a social obligation that you fulfill. You are eminently, qualified to fulfill that goal. You will feel very good inside that, yes, you are helping your future generations, you're helping the organization, you're helping yourself, okay, in growing. And, I would personally like to see many of the, good procurement people evolve into, becoming CEOs in the future. This is one area, if you really focus on, it can help you get to that position. So this is building a holistic leader in yourself. You do that, it's going to help you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. In the center, please. Give a huge round of applause, everyone. Thank you, sir, for joining us. And we would like to congratulate and thank him for being here with us. So to give away a small token of appreciation, may I invite Mr. Sandeep, Vice President, SCM Indus Towers. Sir, can we have you on the dais to present a small token of appreciation? Please join in.